around the world have said, and some of these people have been to Bali, and the majority of these people have not been to Bali. So these are people who we've known through our own work, and if you can advance. Okay, so when we look at New Zealand, the interesting thing about New Zealand is that in the 19th century, New Zealand was a spa destination. It had one of the 7 wonders of the world, and this was the Pink and White Terrace, where people used to come in the late 1800s. It would take 29 days. Many of the tourists were from Europe, and they would come to New Zealand, to near Rotorua, and they would, with Maori women, would row across the Lake Tarawera, and they would go bathing in the Pink and White Terraces as part of their spa experience. And unfortunately, there was a volcanic eruption, and as a result of that, the terraces have been destroyed now today. But when we look at the responses that Maria collected, we see very similar answers to what you all have mentioned here today, and romantic is not one of them. So relaxing, exotic, authentic, spiritual, refreshing. It's nice to see the emphasis on the natural and the cultural heritage. People think about Bali in this way, and then also the sensory or more intangible spiritual side of the industry here. And it's interesting, we'll come back to the point made about the issue around unqualified in just a minute. When we look at Canada, Canada also developed the spa industry in the 19th century with the Canadian Pacific Railway. There was development across Canada leading to many global springs like here at Banff. I don't know if any of you have been. This is Banff National Park, and Banff Springs was an important destination that now the Fairmont Hotel has quite a big spa at, as many as you know. And we see again the issues of the importance of nature and culture in Bali, the issue of spirituality, relaxing, natural, holistic, and healing. So I think the nice thing that we can agree to here is